As you guys might have already heard, ReZero is getting a special 90-minute first episode. Now, 90 minutes is crazy. A lot of these extended premieres that we've been seeing recently from anime have generally been about an hour, if you're lucky, but this one is an hour and a half, basically an entire movie. It'll be premiering first in America in just a month, and it'll be premiering in Japan in August, before the release of the actual season in October. There has been a little bit of confusion about whether this is a free-run situation, where free-run, had 4 episodes, but it was advertised as 1, and that counted for the entire season. No, this is just 1 episode. We have no reason to believe otherwise currently, so we're gonna get a lot of ReZero. And along with this, we also got another trailer, and a new key visual, and a bunch of new character sheets added. And for me personally, I'm hoping that this is an approach to take ReZero as an IP a little more seriously. It's no secret I've been highly critical of the way that ReZero has been marketed for a while now. Usually they just kind of say, hey, look at these women, there's no actual cool narrative going on here, and a lot of people know it as the Gooner anime. It's very unfortunate, but we're putting a lot of emphasis on this big theatric restart of ReZero, because obviously COVID did a lot of damage to ReZero's production. It did not go well, but now here we go. We have all of this stuff finally dropping at once after months and months and months of silence, and then finally we get something in Anime Japan. But I like how this is being treated as a big theatrical event, and it's very fitting given some of the events of Season 3 that it's being treated as a theatrical event. It's very fitting for the first episode, considering what it's probably going to end on. I don't think I'm going to get into too many spoilers, so if you're worried about that, you should be fine. What's really nice about this 90-minute premiere is that what it's adapting, Volume 16, is frankly not the most interesting, and it has some of ReZero's most questionable content at times. And especially to anime-onlys who are kind of looking for this really cohesive rawness and swag content. So cramming this all into one episode is honestly not going to be a big deal. And ending on Sirius's debut, it's just going to hit so hard. The hype for ReZero when, first of all, the 90-minute episode drops. We come through all this slice of life stuff, because 90 minutes is still basically 3, maybe 4 episodes. So Volume 16 isn't necessarily being decimated. Sorry if you can hear my fan, by the way. I just woke up and it's the middle of summer. It's very hot. But we can comb through a little bit of this trailer. I'm going to have it muted. I recommend you watch this on your own time, because I believe this has the opening or the ending, I'm not sure which, but it has one of those songs playing. We get this wonderful scene of Sirius. Again, nice character acting. She also notably does not have Fortuna's voice actor. This is technically a little bit of a spoiler, I guess, kind of, sort of, not really. It was speculated that Sirius is Fortuna, but we're not sure now, because they've really pulled the rug out from under us, and they did not give her Fortuna's voice actor. The rest is still the same. She's still clearly an elf, but very funny decision. I think that's hilarious, actually. And you've got a lot of wide-angle shots like this one. Fuck. That really look good. This is a very good shot with a lot of surprising amount of detail on basically every bit of this. A lot of depth. It has Pristilla's notable, very strange curvature to it. It just looks really good. Really, everything that they show in this trailer looks at worst fine, and at best very good. Like, you have these kind of zoomed out group shots, because, it's showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters on screen. That's 6 characters that everyone has to draw, and yet they look consistent, they look fine, they don't look strange, even though this is clearly a lower quality shot. And you have it here again, where you have the same amount of characters, but everyone looks good in the backgrounds. ReZero's backgrounds have always looked stellar, but damn, look at that. Now, I'm coming from My Hero Academia, and that is brutal. That is like those little car mats, like the little mats that you have on your floor when you're a kid that have all the roads and the buildings and stuff that look like cartoons. That's what MJ backgrounds look like. Yo, why is he... It is Pride Month. Damn, look at him go. We have a decent amount of new shots here. He's so sexy, sorry. We have a decent amount of new shots here. Everyone looks good, the backgrounds look good, the composition looks good. This is a great flashback scene as well. Ooh, sorry, Zorbus is tweaking. This is a trailer for Episode 1, which I mentioned was Volume 16. Now we have confirmation here. This is something that happens in Volume 17. So they're definitely taking some creative liberties here and rearranging some of the events of the season, which is interesting. I can't really speak on if it's a good idea yet because I kind of have to see how it works out. My gut reaction is I don't care. This doesn't really seem like it's a big deal. Again, I was totally fine with Volume 16 being done in an hour-long episode or even less. So Volume 17 stuff being brought in, it's fine. Totally acceptable. They're clearly working on and prioritizing a gripping first episode above everything else. And I'm sure that this means that some things will be left on the cutting room floor. But it's Volume 16, we take those, and we really have to see what is cut before I can really judge what's happening here. And keep in mind, like I said earlier, that Episode 1 is still just Episode 1 despite being 90 minutes. And we're still going to have probably 36 episodes, or maybe even more, to work with. So, perfectly reasonable. I'm really not upset about it. I also thought this was a nice little character shot. And it also, I'm not really I don't have the words to describe it, but it definitely showcases the difference with this new character designer and the way that the faces look. You can go through Season 1, 2, and 3, and you'll definitely be able to tell the difference between their faces in all 3 seasons. There are some things that I'm not really a fan of with, like, Subaru's face in some of these shots. I don't know how to describe it, though, so I'm not really going to dwell on it. I think things look a little too spaced out sometimes, but that might just be me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Other than, like, I'm not complaining too much, because I still think it looks great, but sometimes the faces do look a little too spaced out to me. Like, look at Beatrice down here. You can fit a football field between her eyes. Too bad. Obviously, there's some new shots. I'm not going to play all of them, though, because, you know, I don't need to go over the entire thing. You guys can watch it on your own time. We also got a new key visual solely, I'm pretty sure this is solely for the Episode 1 premiere, which, you know, brings me back to they're taking a very theatrical approach to the premiere, which I think is very fun and very much fits what little content there is that is actually interesting for Volume 16. Everyone looks great here. Of course, it's a still image, so it's obviously going to be easier to accomplish. But, you know, we finally have our first look at Heinkel Estrella back there. Check him out. Everyone looks fantastic here. I really do think that this new approach on character designs looks, most of the time, at its best in these still images. Emilia looks a little strange, but maybe she just can't help that. They even put the dragon in here, which is crazy. But yeah, everything looks fantastic. The text says something like, you are not alone, so fight as many times as you want, something like that. I'm not sure if that's correct. Someone can correct me. Cool key visual. And they also threw up the character sheets. I was talking about how the characters' faces look a little too spaced out. Maybe because it's a still image. He looks perfectly fine here. If anything, he looks good here. I really like how he looks here. I went through a few of the probable notable new character sheets just to see. First of all is Heinkel Estrella. Now, just from my brief look at some people's reactions to this stuff, they expected Heinkel to look a little more angry, a little more drunk. I do think it is important to note that he is a pathetic little loser. This face works fine for me. He also looks like he's an Estrella. He looks related to Reinhard, so it works for me personally, not a big deal. He looks like a pathetic little fuck. Good for him. And this is a voice actor that was fan cast, basically, ubiquitously, and they were like, you know what, yeah, fuck it, might as well do it. And this is Kenjiro Suda, who is a big, heavy-hitting voice actor. If you don't know him by name, he voices Overhaul in My Hero Academia, he voices Nanami in Jujutsu Kaisen, and he voices Orsted in Mushoku Tensei. One of the biggest name VAs out there right now, very recognizable and notable voice. Everyone was hoping he'd play Heinkel. He's playing Heinkel. Perfect fit. As we touched on, she is not Fortuna's VA, which I think is very funny. However, in terms of character design and character expression, just like Heinkel, who I think looks fine to me, Sirius, I think, goes above and beyond that. They are clearly having a very good time with Sirius's face. She is a very expressive character, and it seems like they're delivering on that perfectly. Her voice actor, we have Chika Onzai here, I believe is her name. She was Chisato from Lycoris Recoil, one of the original animes that premiered recently. And also, I think this is another original anime, Kano's sister from Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. So, she's also going to be in Suicide Squad Isekai, actually. She's playing Katana in Suicide Squad. This is, unlike Heinkel, a VA cast that shocked a lot of people. This is my own personal bias, but I also checked on Al, because I wanted to see two things. One, if they're just going to offhandedly mention, oh yeah, he's from another world. They don't. So that gives me the impression that it's not going to be treated as kind of a throwaway, here, take a damn cut content, shut up. And obviously he had some scenes in the trailer. They're not just throwing him to the wayside this time, so I'm assuming his relevant character stuff is going to be added originally, maybe in the first episode. I'm not going to say that for sure, but second, I wanted to check his voice actor because, as some of you know, his original voice actor passed away, I think, shortly after Season 1. I could be misremembering the timeline. And a replacement was hired for the game that adapted Arc 3 with some silly twists and turns. The original was Keiji Fujiwara, and the new voice actor is Tomokazu Seki. So I just wanted to see if they were going to bring him back, and they are. Tomokazu Seki, who is Gilgamesh from Fate and Panda from Jujutsu Kaisen for some reason, will be reprising the role of Aldebaran. And his bio just says something about him looking sexy and beat up, which is true, factual. But there was a lot of new info about ReZero this morning. It dropped at 2 in the morning. Unfortunately, I woke up at 5, so I'm a little bit late, but a lot of cool new stuff. They're finally marketing the goddamn anime. Big news for them. Really nice trailer, really great KV, and some interesting casting choices. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Let me know if you guys are also going to go to the premiere at Anime Expo in July. Or if you're, going to go to Japan and watch it in August or something like that. Thanks for watching, though. Just my brief thoughts on all this new stuff. Have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for the funny YouTube algorithm. You can also become a YouTube member, which gives you access to behind-the-scenes content, a badge on comments and livestream chats, as well as the use of emotes and videos before their actual release. You can also check the description for socials like Twitter, where I'm objectively correct all the time, and Discord, where we talk about ReZero, My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, and stuff like that. That's about it, though. Thank you for watching. See ya.